Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Blu-ray Maniac here. I'm coming at you today on the Horoscope channel. Friday is my day of the week, and before I get into the subject matter for today's video, I missed out last week. Some stuff came up and I wasn't able to do my video for last week, which I believe last week had to deal with movies with ghosts in them, and since I already missed that day, I'm not going to really get into it, but what I will do is I will give you two movie recommendations that deal with ghost stories. The first one is one that not very many people have heard of. I've done videos on this before. It's called Dead End. And this is the front cover art, and it stars Ray Wise and what's her name? Let me see here. Oh, Lynn Shay. Yeah, Lynn Shay. She was in the first Nightmare on Elm Street and a bunch of other films. She's actually married to Robert Shay, one of the main dudes behind the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. But this is an excellent ghost story. It's about a family that basically they're on a road trip to the in-laws for Christmas dinner, and they have a near collision, but nothing seems to have happened. They end up being alright, and then they start driving, and no matter what direction they go in or what they do, it's like they keep going in constant circles and they can't figure out why. I won't say much more than that, but it has a really good ending, and it's one of those movies that if you haven't seen it, it will keep you guessing, and you won't quite, eventually you'll figure it out, but it'll take a while. But this movie is awesome. I highly recommend it. It's my favorite ghost story movie, period. And I have a lot of them, but this is my number one. So, Dead End. This would definitely be great. And then the second one, obviously, a lot of people have heard of it, so I'm not going to really get into it. But the first, Pet Sematary. The guy with the caved-in head, the one named Pascal, really freaked me out as a kid. Anyway, Pet Sematary, definitely. But for this week, we are doing 90s horror, and I really liked the Chucky movies. This is not the complete collection. It actually lacks the first one. It has all the other movies up to now except the first one, and not very many special features. You know, it's just a bland DVD edition. Not that there's anything wrong with DVD, but you know what I mean. But out of this set, the movie I'm going to focus on is Child's Play 2. Child's Play 2 came out in 1990, so that falls into the 90s horror genre. Let's see. I actually just watched all these movies just the other day, but it stars, let's see, Alex Vincent, Jenny Agutter, I think that's how you say her name, Garrett Graham, Christine Elise, and of course Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif does the voice of Chucky, and Jenny Agutter plays the stepmother, or the foster mom, Joanne Simpson, and people might remember her from she was in Logan's Run, and also An American Werewolf in London. She played the nurse, you know, the one that the guy hooks up with. But Anyway, Child's Play 2 is basically, it takes place fairly recently after the first one. Um, I'm not exactly sure how long after the first one, but it can't be too long because Andy didn't get much older. He got a couple of years older, but not by much. And basically, they went to court. He told his story. His mom backed him up about his doll being alive and possessed by the spirit of Charles Lee Ray, the Lakeshore Strangler, as they call him in the franchise. That's he was played by Brad Dourif in the movie, and then when his soul was put in the doll, Brad Dourif actually did the voice of the doll. So it's all Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif has been in a bunch of movies, but he will always be remembered as Chucky because he's done the voice of Chucky every single time. They even have a new movie coming out, which is going direct to DVD and Blu-ray called Curse of Chucky, and they actually got Brad Dourif to come back and do the voice for Chucky in that film as well. But back to Child's Play 2, Andy is basically labeled, crazy. He's got mental issues. At least that's what they think. So they throw him in a foster home, and as luck would have it, Chucky, the doll, is the one that was actually burned. Is repaired for I don't know why. I mean, to me that's stupid. They wanted to. The logic behind why they cleaned up the doll was to find out if there was like a defect in the doll that would make it talk the way that they said it did, and they wanted to find out if someone had tampered with the voice recording that goes into each of those dolls. So I guess that's the logical reason why they took the doll and totally restored it. And the doll gets away and tracks Andy down to the foster home that he's at, and basically goes there and all hell breaks loose. And as luck would have it, they also have another good guy doll at the foster home. So Chucky just destroys that one and buries it, and then he puts himself in its place. So they have to think of something like that to make the sequel work. But as you would know, the foster parents don't believe him. Eventually, Andy figures out that the doll that's there is actually Chucky, and a bunch of bad stuff happens. But they end up going back to the factory where all the dolls are manufactured, and the only one that believed him, that actually helps him, is his, I guess you could call her his foster sister. Her name's Kyle, and she is the only one that believed him. First she didn't believe him, but she figured it out real quick though. And but nobody else would believe him, just her. And so there's kind of a showdown at the end between Kyle and Andy versus Chucky. But it's a really good movie. It's made with that 90's vibe for sure. When you watch it, you know that this is a 90's film. I have to say, in my mind, there's some great horror films that came out of the 70's. Alien, The Exorcist, the list goes on and on. There's a bunch. But for me, I'd have to say the best era, in my opinion, that is, for horror, would be the mid. Well, it's kind of a meshed thing between several different decades, but I would say from the mid 70's up to 1990. And what I mean is actually 1990, and I stopped there because after 1990s, some of these movies just There's just something about horror films that came out between the mid 70s and 1990. That area of time there. There's just something about the movies that came out in that time period. I And when I say mid 70s, I also include 1974 because that's when I think it was 1974 when The Exorcist came out. But I'm digressing because I'm really supposed to be talking about Child's Play 2. But the point in what I said about that was that movie just has a 90s feel, late 80s, early 90s feel. When you watch a horror film from that era, you know that it's a 90s or late 80s movie. They do not make horror films like that anymore. The only exception, I'm sure there are others, but the only exception to that would be House of the Devil. You watch that movie; it came out in the 2000s, but it feels like a 70s horror film. I love movies like that, but on the most part, a lot of horror films don't have that look and that feel anymore. You guys know what I'm saying? But Child's Play 2, that is my pick for this video, and on that note, I'll go ahead and leave you guys off. But before I go, I just want to mention one quick thing. Sooner or later, DVD is going to be phased out and obsolete like VHS has become. And for those of you who are wondering, the complete Child's Play collection, which contains Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, as well as the direct-to-DVD and Blu-ray sequel called Curse of Chucky, is going to contain all of those movies, and they're all going to be on Blu-ray in a box set together. This box set will be released, I believe, on I could be wrong, but I believe 9/24/13, which would be September 24th of 2013, and I think on Amazon there's a different date. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that within the next few months, between let me see, between August and September, yeah, that this collection will be being released on Blu-ray. It's a set. It will contain all 6 movies. So for those of you who are like me that like to upgrade, I thought you might want to know that. So anyway, that will do it for this video, and you guys take care of yourselves, and thanks for watching. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but I will see you guys next Friday, and until then, you guys take it easy and keep watching them horror movies. Thanks.